What's going on, family? This is episode 89 of the Pharaohs Podcast. I'm your host, Solomon, and I am joined, as always, by Mr. What's Good himself, Israel.
What's good?
Man, what's good, bro? It's been a minute.
Yeah,
We got a lot to talk about, but man, it's been a
it's been
minute.
a
I
lot.
am so
It's
glad
been,
to be
yeah,
back into the podcast studio, the Pharaohs podcast
Pharaohs
studio.
Podcast, whipping and flipping. I'm
We
in the
well,
midst of whipping and flipping right now.
well, our long term listeners know that it's whatever time we get on, it's Israel's time to eat something, fix something. It's always dinner time.
Oh yeah, that's what time it is. Today is Mexican rice.
What's good, bro, man? How you been feeling? How things been going with you, man? Like it's been a little minute, we have been absent, but I have been on Mondays with Makita.
That's what's up.
Right, that comes
That's
on
what's
before
up.
this show. So while I'm already talking about this, let's go ahead and plug that. Okay, family, on TikTok. All right, every Monday. New time now, I believe, is 6 p.m. All right, start time for her. Mondays with Makita on TikTok. And you just type in Sugar Bolly. That is Sugabolly, to tune in. I co-host that show with her, and today we have some really good spiritual topics and all types of things that we were talking about today. So, yeah, make sure you guys check that out on Mondays, right before this show. And we late today. Sorry about that, family. We a little tardy to the party.
Tardy to the party.
We a little tardy to the party. So, I
Yeah, you see
mean,
that
we know
steam?
it was
You see
our
that?
holy season. First of all, gotta acknowledge, of course,
It's
I was we ended a little earlier than we wanted to this year, family, because of the passing and transition of the Bishop Titus, the Pope Titus Justice the First, which was my first Coptic leader, who have taught me a lot of different things and helped me build to be the man that I am today. Now, of course, we have the Pharaoh Queen. The Queen is our leader now for Faith Temple Coptic Church. But yeah, we had to take a little break. Of course, family, we have our holy season every July. We had the baptism, we had our old having Passover. And if you want to get more in detail of those things, we did break down that in the first season. So I'll try to see if I can tag or link that video underneath this one. But go ahead, Israel. How was your break? How was your holy season? How was the things you had going on?
Man, I never felt like a break, but it was pretty decent. Got the chance to go up there for the baptism on the 4th of July, because that's when Christ Reborn baptizes. But and I think we had church afterwards, so that was good. Um, didn't get a chance to make it up there for the Passover due to this strenuous job that I have now, where I actually got to be here to make the money because I'm getting paid by the hour. Long hours, workman kicking my butt. But keep some money in your pocket, have some fun. I've been chilling, staying out the way. I've been trying to get up there, but every weekend it's been every time I've been trying to get up to Chicago, get up to Illinois, the weather ain't been the best. Like flights been canceled. They got all hell raining down on them thunderstorms and
Yeah,
all
somebody
of that
messing with the
stuff.
weather machine up there in Chicago.
Boy, oh yeah, yeah. So every weekend I've been wanting to go, it's been something that's been happening. So y'all just tell me you don't want how you let me know you don't want me to be there without letting me know you don't want me to just have stuff like this happen. So it just wasn't in the cards for me to be up there. But aside from that, down up in the A, I got a little dark skin, being in the sun. and dog sitting, Mulan over here for my uncle. But been pretty decent. I'm tired, but hey, I'm making it.
Yeah. I yeah, like I say, my break was like you say, kind of not a break, but break from our family here on the podcast. But um yeah, I mean, like I said, I first had to come up there for a funeral, and which was of course sad and emotional, and I understand that people are still grieving about that for sure. Um and then, like I say, going into the baptism, the Passover, things of that nature. I did go to the um church picnic. Well, I'm sorry, church barbecue. I don't know why I said picnic. Church barbecue. Our churches combined, having a good time at the park. You know, eating that barbecue. People
Look
getting
like y'all
knocked
had a
out,
good
playing
time for sure.
boxing. Yeah,
I wanted to ride
they
up
was
there
in
on my
that
bike,
boxing.
but the
So I got,
weather was not the best. They had boxing
yeah.
gloves.
Oh yeah.
What? Oh yeah, that sounded like y'all had a good time.
That was cool. What else was going on? I mean, outside of that, like I came back like what, last week or 2 weeks ago. Have I been down here for 2 weeks? I've been down here for a week. Back into the A, as they say, back in the A. And my weekend was lit. I had a really nice weekend. Weekend full of bliss and love, as they would say. So, um, you were looking at me like, "What you talking about?" Yeah, yeah, yeah. What Drake say? I'm a certified lover
That's
boy,
what's up.
Israel. I'm a certified lover boy.
Hey, somebody got to do it.
Somebody got to do it.
Yes,
You
sir.
know,
Hey,
I
good
had
name.
to. I got to
What's
put
up
my
to you?
got to put my pimp card down.
Pimp card down. It's crazy.
Got to put the pimp card down. Hey, what's going on, student? How you feeling? Hey, we back. We back. Were you on Mondays with Makita earlier? You can just say yes or no. But
Who
yeah,
me?
so
Oh, you from her?
no, no, the
Oh,
student that was, yeah. So yeah, I was let me see, chilling Friday. Saturday, I went to this place.
Saturday was the day.
She said she was tired. She did 11 hours yesterday. Get to that manyan.
Out there,
Um,
14 a day. Crazy work.
I'm about to do something after the podcast. But anyway, so Saturday, I don't know if you ever heard of this place, Israel, called Round One.
It's a bowling spot.
It's a bowling arcade situation.
Yeah, I think I've seen it. I don't know if I've been there before. What
It
side of
was
town
pretty
is on?
decent. It was in Smyrna.
I might have been there before.
You might have been there. All the good fun stuff is
Yeah, I've been around the block a little bit.
my bad. Okay.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah,
I
I've
had
been
muted
around the
myself for
block
a
a
second.
little bit.
Yeah, yeah. A little decent up there. But yeah, so went out there, went to round one. They had all types of stuff: arcade, bowling, drinks, um, food. Um, I played some air hockey, some arcade. I was having a little fun, having a little ball. Having a little ball.
What?
What else I do?
Oh, snap. It
What?
is raining, raining. I got rain coming through my window. Hold up.
Yeah, you got to close that window. Hey, listen, Chicago been having tornadoes, but Chicago been having tornadoes, but Georgia been having rain like no other.
Rain and heat strokes at this point. Like,
Yeah.
is it raining down where you at?
Not yet. It's gonna come down here. I
Uh,
already know it.
right now I feel good. It's 80 degrees, rain, 85 rain, and it's a little breeze. So I'm like, yo, this 85 with a breeze is what we need. Hold the rain, but huh, fall is right
Yeah.
upon us.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. Somebody told me we might not have a winter ever again.
We shall see. Why they say
But
that?
that goes into conspiracy territory. Um, but yeah, I gotta focus. I got some stuff I gotta finish up, some projects. So I'm on lockdown mode, family. I ain't no fun yuns for a little while. I need to get some my funds up and gotta complete some projects that I got that I started I need to finish. But other than that, I mean, that was my weekend.
That's what's up.
All
My
right,
weekend.
family. Yeah, go ahead.
What I do? Motorcycle stuff yesterday. Even though it was hot, I was just out for a quick minute, show face, and get back to the crib. Cause I'm like, yo, it's too hot. Uh-uh. I gotta be out either when it's extra early or when the sun go down. And then went to Little 5 Points, did a little shopping for myself. That's a nice area. They had a lot going on Saturday. And yeah, I ain't go out Saturday night, didn't go out Friday night or Sunday night. So it was a chill weekend.
Dang, that's the first
I
time.
don't know, right? I went out during the daytime though. But
Okay.
Friday night, I ain't go out nowhere. I was supposed to, didn't happen. Saturday, yeah, I was out all Saturday until like I was back in the crib probably like 6 o'clock, 6 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't go out Saturday night. Barely went out Sunday. Sunday I was probably out 4 hours in the house.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, like I say, all this rain and stuff that's happening. Man, listen, conspiracies was a topic that that we talk about here on the Pharaohs podcast that got us talk. We talked about it so much, Israel, that we got played on what was it, the Daily Show on Comedy Central.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we talked about like, what were the like conspiracies or reasons of you know, why they were doing what they were doing in Iran. So people ain't gonna believe us unless they got the clip. So guess what? I got the clip.
Show the clip.
I'm gonna show the clip of he said show the clip. I got the clip, family, of us talking of us being on the Daily Show on Comedy Central. And let me get into it because we need to show. Sometimes you just gotta show and prove. We gotta talk about it because it's now, of course, it's Comedy Central, so people have made it as of course, like something comical, something that's not to take serious. But for us to be on TV, that's a big deal to me. So let's just play the clip.
On Rotten Tomatoes, a Stargate is an underground portal across the universe. And Ree, a public speaker and author, says that this powerful energy is what drew Trump into starting a war in Iran, leading to one obvious question. How the hell did Iran get a Stargate?
What happened 12,000 years ago when Atlantis fell.
Wait, what does Atlantis have to do with Stargate?
Iran's Stargate 10, it closed because of the civilization of Atlantis, that a lot of souls now on planet Earth have a thread from that timeline. So we are now returning back on the spiral, but from a higher state of consciousness.
I mean, this is actually a clearer perspective on why the war in Iran is happening
Right.
than we've been getting from the Trump administration.
Yeah.
So now we have to open up the Stargate and the Strait of Hormuz.
Right, yeah.
It's going to take forever.
And Marie isn't the only expert who believes this theory.
Iran is not falling apart. It's actually waking up. Beneath Iran is Stargate 10.
It ain't oil. It ain't to fight for Israel. It is for the Stargate that they got. Yo, we famous, yo.
I'm like, yo, how they see how they see somebody looking at it. Somebody looking at the podcast.
That was cool. That was cool when somebody shared that. I said, what? It was like, I can't believe I know somebody that was on TV. I said, what you talking about? You know? And it was like, man, you was on TV. You don't know. I said, nah, you better send that to me.
All right.
I need to see this.
Let me see.
So yeah, you know. So yeah, now I'm acting real bougie and different. I hope everybody know the price just went up.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
But yeah, that was cool that you know, they clipped us talking about the Stargate and the conspiracies of what's really going on in Iran. So that was cool to me. I really appreciated that. So thank you. Even if it was, you know, for the laughs, for the gimmick, you know what I'm saying? Thanks for the exposure from The Daily Show. I think his name is Josh something. I think his name is Josh. He's cool. He's cool. I think he's from Chicago. Don't quote me on that. I forgot exactly where he's from, but he's doing his big thing on Comedy Central and he's a comedian. So what's not funny, Israel. Hey, what? So remember when COVID was happening? And you know, I had questions. You know, when COVID came out, I just thought to myself, how are they getting a vaccine ready so fast, but they got no cure for cancer?
Right. That's the crazy part.
I asked a bunch of questions like, so you ain't got the cure for cancer or diabetes or, you know, none of that other stuff, but
Cure for diabetes is lose weight.
you got a vaccine for it. I mean, but you get what I'm saying though, like
yeah.
You don't have a cure for certain diseases, but you got a
cure for
vaccine.
Right. Like how? What?
And it just came out.
Supposedly.
Y'all telling us, yeah, y'all telling us it just came out. So this guy right here, family, his name is Dr. Anthony Fauci. Okay. He was the director of the U.S. National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases from 1984 to 2022. Okay, Dr. Fauci led the scientific response to COVID-19 in the U.S. and was the key presidential advisor on the pandemic. He advocated mask wearing and social distancing and urged Americans to get vaccinated as quickly as possible. All right, so that's where he come from. That's his background. All right,
38
now
years. That's a long time.
A U.S. Senate committee has voted to hold Anthony Fauci in contempt of Congress over his refusal to answer questions at a hearing about COVID-19. Okay, he appeared last month under subpoena before the U.S. Senate Committee on Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs, but invoked his Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination. Dr. Fauci received a pardon from former U.S. President Joe Biden in January of 2025 covering all actions he took from 2014 to 2025. However, Republican senators argue that it does not exempt him from answering their questions, and he could still face charges for anything after that date.
Wow.
Dr. Fauci invoked his Fifth Amendment rights more than 100 times during the Senate committee hearing.
That's crazy. That's too many. I can see a handful, but you said 100. This dude.
He always got something to add. Republican committee members accused Dr. Fauci of hiding evidence about the dangers of COVID vaccines, destroying public trust in health institutions. So if he's convicted of anything, so far, the only charge is contempt. That's only a year in jail so far. So
That's
Israel,
crazy.
I know you've seen all this. This is going all through the whole, like, it's at the internet ablaze. What's your thoughts on this whole situation?
Yeah, I think it's crazy. Anytime they telling the mass public to do anything urgently, like I wouldn't do it. I didn't get the vaccine, no, but I get it. If you're in certain professions, you do. But if it's your body and your choice, if you don't want to do it, you don't want to do it. So, but hey, he should have just answered the question, because he the type of people, you got certain people who say stuff and it gets done, or people they react to a certain type of way because of what you said, how you said, or the new information they got from this person. He could have really changed the narrative on it by answering those questions and letting the people know you can't trust these people. Yeah.
I mean, when it comes to this situation, like I said, I had questions when COVID first started. When they said, come take the vaccine, and then they were trying to force people to take the vaccine. Oh, well, you ain't gonna keep your job if you don't take the vaccine and all this other stuff. I'm like, I'm not taking that. I just don't. It's too
Right.
fast. Who did
You
you
gotta
test
let
this
the
on?
kinks, right? Let the kinks get out. It's like an iPhone. You don't want the brand new one. Go get it 3 months from now. 90 days. They'll have new recalls and get one next year. It'll be all fixed and souped up the right way because they rushed it out.
Yeah, they and we joked about it. I remember joking about this stuff online and even with friends and family. Like, all right, now 5 years from now, we gonna see if y'all done turned into some gargoyles or something. And boom, 6 years later, we got the so-called doctor who was the presidential advisor, the director, and the face of telling people you need to take this vaccine. He ain't answering questions.
Right. Did he take the vaccine? That's a real question. Like, yo, I need to see that. You need to show you doing it. And
Yep.
live, on live.
Yep. No,
Do it
I agree
again
with
so
you.
people can see it. Right.
I agree with you. Yeah. So this raises questions. I can't wait to see the rest of this situation play out, because he refused to answer questions about the dangers of the vaccine of COVID. And you were
Side
the
effects.
face of COVID trying to tell us
Turn it to a zombie.
to do it.
Right. That part. Turn it to a
I'm gonna turn into a
gargoyle.
zombie.
Yeah. Suicidal thoughts and he cough and all this other stuff. I'm like, look, you got one free cough. The second one, go wear a mask.
That's what I'm saying. So he's the one who advocated, like the report said, of hey, get a mask. Hey, do the social distancing. And also, hey, make sure you take the vaccine. So without his, so-called expertise in his field, because he was the director of allergy and infectious diseases from 1984 to 2022.
good 38 years. That's crazy, boy.
That's a long time to talk about stuff like
Yeah,
this.
that's a long time.
And so I guess, because of the years he was doing what he was doing, people like, oh, let's trust this person. Anything that comes on national TV and they telling us we should do it as a whole group, it make me not want to do it. I don't know about you, Idris.
And like, no, get somebody else to do it.
So it made me think about some more questions of like, okay, so now what's next? What is next? You got student, okay, Olivia, you said you got the vaccine, okay. And I know
She got the vaccine or the COVID?
she got the vaccine.
Oh, okay.
So if you got the vaccine, see, Olivia, I would make a joke, but I ain't gonna put you on blast like that, because I would be like, yeah, you kind of did, you morphed a little bit into you was zombified a little bit. I'm just playing. I'm just joking. But
Yes, sir.
But how did you feel after?
With these vaccines, they really inject you with this stuff.
Yeah.
So I've heard. So everybody who got the vaccine got the COVID. Which makes you so.
Did you get sick? Olivia, did you get sick after you took the vaccine or no? I wasn't gonna do it. I told people I wasn't gonna do it. I told my aunt, I was like, because I was still traveling, because ticket prices were so low. I had a whole row to myself when I was flying.
Man.
And I was going out of town to go see one of my friends. And so my aunt was like, be careful, COVID is real. I said, I don't believe in COVID. It made her so bad.
Yeah, it's crazy. I know somebody who died from it, but they was also drinking a lot of juice, but they wasn't drinking water. I'm like, yo, drink some water. They were not drinking. Since I met them, they were not drinking water. They was drinking
COVID. People
juice.
did die from COVID, and I do believe, like you said, Israel, people got it because they were injected with it. That's what I believe. And there was another theory of like, and this is what Dr. Umar has said, like COVID was really to eliminate the elders. And I agree with that because they don't want to, pay for Social Security.
That's crazy. But them old white people still up in office and alive, so they ain't doing something right. They either not taking the stuff or they got some extra stuff.
They're not. Bill Gates has been on interview
He don't believe
saying
in vaccinations.
No, he be that's a whole other conversation, bro.
He'll
so the reason what I'm saying is
taking it.
No, that's what I'm saying. There's even him on record saying, like, when he even come to his computers and laptops and stuff, he said in the tablets, his kids are on a limited schedule with it. His children don't do what the mass consuming customers do.
Smart man. He's a smart man.
All right.
His children probably got a trap phone too underneath the bed.
Not a trap phone. Yeah, family. So we're going to continue to look into that that story and that case of what Dr. Fauci is actually going to do, and how that plans out if he go to jail just for not answering a question. I feel like he got away scot-free. They say contempt is only a year in jail. That's it.
Yeah.
I think he needs to take the fall for all of what was going on with COVID. But we know it's conspiracy of why COVID even came about. All right, family. Switching gears to another story that was in my mind that blew up, and I said, man, we got to talk about this when we come back. Not only of the hanging of the black woman, and I forgot exactly what state that was. Was it still Mississippi? But I want to talk about right now the Nolan Wells situation. Okay, and Israel, I don't know how close you have been following this story, but when it really blew up, I said, man, this is something. Once we come back, we got to talk about this whole situation. We gotta talk about the whole situation. Okay.
It's
All right. So
real fishy.
I'm gonna just a little bit of what I got is on July 4th, 2026, 18-year-old Nolan Wells went missing after attending an Independence Day gathering on Horn Island, a barrier island off of the Mississippi Gulf Coast. His body was discovered on the shoreline of the island 2 days later. As of August 7th, investigators have not made a determination on the manner of Wells's death, but they initially reported that there is no evidence of foul play and that drowning was suspected. He was found by a park ranger, and he was identified using dental records, according to Jackson County Sheriff John Ledbetter stated. So, like I say, Israel, I don't know how close you have been following this story, but what are your initial thoughts of the whole Nolan Wells situation and how they still have not ruled out foul play? He was the only black person at that party, at the gathering with those people, and his phone showed up, came back home, but he didn't.
Man, it's crazy. It sounds like the same story we hear all the time. The only black person, like you had that one lady that was the only black person at a sleepover, crazy work. It's like they don't be listening or don't be watching the movies. Maybe I'm paranoid or something like that. But man, it's like you gotta know when to leave, right? Know when to leave, know when to go, and when not to go. What's your cue? And people be missing it.
Man,
And
you
then
sound like
it's
it's a
like,
Diddy party or something.
man, I don't know, man. I don't know. I've seen too many movies where people just miss the cues, and it's like, yo, this is when you need to leave before it get crazy. You gotta leave. Like, it was something I forget. Somebody was talking about the Diddy parties, and they was like, yeah, at a certain point, it was like, all right, it's time to go. And then they would leave before the parties got crazy. And then once they left, that's when the party got crazy. I forget what celebrity it was. Oh, it might have been Cat Williams, you know. But where he was like, yo, you got to tell them no and know when to leave, something
Yeah.
like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, because I've been in situations where I was like the minority there where um yeah, what we gonna say? I went to a white wedding, right? It was the best wedding ever because it started at on the dot and it was done 30 minutes later, and an hour later it was like the reception. Like, man, they got straight to it and everything. Oh,
You saying
excuse me.
black people partying too hard?
No, no. Black people take too long with the wedding. White people, they like, yo, it started at 12 o'clock. I kid you not. If I was late, I was gonna be mad. It would have been over with because 12:30 was over with, and from 12:30 until they was doing the pictures and the reception started at 1:15. But it was like by like probably like 3 o'clock, we was leaving. All right, we about to go because yeah, y'all getting loose, which is cool. But when it get dark and white people, dark people, and when it at nighttime, it just don't mix. Then they start getting real comfortable and want to use the slurs and all this other stuff. And nah, just don't put yourself in that situation. You gotta know when to leave. But who knows? Maybe he didn't get taught that. Maybe he didn't. watch the movies, or he wasn't as privy to things that happen when you're in the minority in that type of situation. But that's my 69 cents on that.
Well, I mean, first of all, this is Jackson, Mississippi.
But still, yeah, that part is Jackson, Mississippi.
That it's Jackson, Mississippi, and like I mean, these are issues that we constantly keep talking about, family, because it's not going away. Like, people can say that we are kumbaya and all of this stuff, but if it was kumbaya for real, things like this wouldn't happen. Here we go, another black man. They're trying to tell that they don't understand. Um, they don't rule out foul play. They don't have any type of evidence of what's going on. Y'all lying. It's plain and simple. You're lying. What do you mean? Well, there's no foul play. There's no drowning. Then how did his body end up where a park ranger found him?
Right. They
And his
always want to
phone,
say, "Oh, it was self-inflicted, foul play."
came back with the people, with the friend, but his body did. Like, what are we talking about?
Right. You should have threw the phone with the body, because what are you doing? They stupid.
No, you shouldn't have had the body, Israel. That's what I'm trying to talk about. Why?
Yeah, I mean, if you
Forget the
kill
phone.
somebody, it's like, yo, just repercussions. Like, yo, this is what happened. If it's an accident, let it play out. It was an accident. Don't try to hide stuff.
Somebody
Right?
said that this was like retaliation from the whole Carmelo Anthony situation, the one that was in Texas. They said this is like a public retaliation, like, hey, you take one of ours, we take one of y'all's type of situation in the public eye. I don't believe that, but there are people who are saying that
Conspiracy
that's probably
theories.
what's going on. Because yeah, but I mean, like I say, like, in the past 12 months, 8 people have been found being hung. Okay. Um, Trey Reed, age 21, was found hanging near a campus pickleball court in Cleveland, Mississippi on September 15th. Tania Nicole Miller, age 27, found hanging from a tree on June 18th, 2026 in Miami-Dade County, Florida.
Miami is crazy. Nah, somebody hunting them down. Gotta figure out what's
16
the
On
connection.
May 8th, a 16-year-old was found hanging in a tree north Charlotte, North Carolina. Justice James, 21, found hung outside of a cafeteria building at the Turner Jobs Corp Center in Albany, Georgia on June 21st, 2026.
That's my birthday. Crazy word.
Kyle Basinga, 21, found on February 18th, 2026, tree in a wooded area in Fair Oaks Park in Marietta, Georgia. Cobb County police say they officially closed the case and classified it as a suicide.
That's crazy.
Torrance Tory Melody, age 39, found deceased the morning of November 13th, 2025, hanging from a tree in Brookfield, Wisconsin. Jay Jackson, 28, an Illinois resident who traveled to Michigan to attend Electric Forest Festival. He was found hung from a tree by a wooded area on June 30th, 2026. And now Tasha Fortune, age 29, mother of 4, found hanging from a tree in an abandoned house on August 3rd of this year on the Road of Remembrance in Jackson, Mississippi. It's a lot of Mississippi's going on, bro.
Oh yeah.
Mississippi
Doesn't sound like
been
the place to be. That's not.
so family, this is to be aware, not to scare. You know, we got to make sure we doing what we got to do to protect ourselves, because obviously they're still getting away with this stuff. They're still getting away with this stuff.
And they think it's okay.
Excuse the technical difficulties, family. All right. Is there anything that I missed, Israel, that could be a good topic to talk about that I know I have not? You know, I can't look at Ed.
Let's go to Ask the Pharaohs.
Okay. All right, family. Y'all know how Ask the Pharaohs go. If y'all just email us a question and we can talk about it here on the platform, or call me. You could tell me, you could text me, whatever it is. Me and Israel, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, we got some stuff that we could talk about. But of course, if it's appropriate for the show, we'll do it. All right. And this is a question that I picked out from Facebook. And the question, Israel, goes, do you think that this generation is too quick to quit a relationship, or do you think the older generation tolerated too much? And I'm gonna go first. And my thoughts on that is this: social media has made people think that it is okay to quit certain things too fast, too early. They don't work through problems like the old generation did. Now, I will say, you might have to move and find the love of your life in a different state, or maybe a different country, or whatnot. But some people are using the fact that social media, they believe that better is always available. And that's a good mindset to have until you find out that, you know, you messed up, you fumbled something. So do I think this generation is too quick to quit? Yes. And do I think the old generation held on to too much or tolerated too much? I'm going to say maybe to that one. What you think about that, Israel?
I think this new generation doesn't know how to effectively communicate their relationship, and the old ones, they did. They knew how to communicate. They knew what's up. They let them know what's up. They went by the program. This is what it is, and that's what it is, and that's what they went by. But yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot going on. All right, family. That was Ask the Pharaohs. Now it has the time for thought from the Pharaohs. And how thoughts from the Pharaoh go is each week, Israel and I will go back and forth And we're going to talk to you about our thoughts for that week. So it could be anything. It could be a Bible scripture, it could be a rant, or it could be encouragement. And so this week is my week, and so I just wanted to school y'all a little bit on a little something. And I made a status like a couple days ago, and I want to talk about like where we should be as a culture when it comes to spirituality information, right? And I said, elementary or beginner information of spiritual level. This is my top 10, right? 1, God is black. I know there's probably going to be a lot of people who watch us that's going to be like, what? God is black. The Messiah or Messiah is also a melanated being. Okay. 3, there are multiple gods. There's not just one. There are multiple, because there are multiple deities that these people literally basically call on. That's not just the plain old black and white. There's other cultures and other deities that's around. Okay. Every religion is man-made, and they all teach similar ideology. Whether you want to accept this or not, you cannot debate that if you're Christian, Muslim, Catholic, whatever you want to call yourself, there are certain similar ideas across all religions. Okay. Number 5, the original human beings are not from Earth. I say that this is beginner level because this is something that you should grasp at an early age. Okay. The Adam and Eve story are examples of life, but they are not the beginning of humanity. So this is going into the Genesis story. Yes, we picked up with Adam and Eve, but there were also other beings in other places. We just talked about the Garden of Eden. Okay. The Bible is full of allegories, similes, and metaphors. Don't take every story literally. Okay. This is number 7. The Bible is giving you stories and information not to take always literal.
Right.
It's really just an example to get you to understand what the story is breaking down. Number 8. The Bible was plagiarized, copied from ancient tablets, and subscribed and transcribed into English. This is basic information. I just feel like if you ain't telling people this at the age of 10, 12,
What is he
13,
doing?
what are we teaching? This is basic to me. But some of this stuff people don't know. So this is why it came to my thought, as thoughts from the Pharaohs.
That makes sense. That's what's
Number
up.
9.
That's a good thought. Oh shit,
Number
my
9.
bad. You still
I'm
going?
almost done. I
Yeah.
got 2 more. Number 9, God is in you. We at the Coptic faith do not say, we don't believe that God is sitting on a cloud passing out blessings. And a lot of people they similarly kind of think that. They like some Baptist people, Pentecostal people, they just don't believe that they have any type of higher anything inside of them. There's different Bible scriptures that let you know where the kingdom of God is. Okay. And last but not least, there's a difference between soul and spirit, and not everyone on this planet has both. To me, that's my top 10. I feel like of beginner level into teaching spirituality before you get to more advanced, higher things um when it comes to spirit. And that is my thought for this week, family.
That's what's up. That's a good thought.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like we should be at a place, Israel, that shows the maturity of what spirituality is, and some of these things that people are going to have to look up themselves to understand
Right.
or overstand what is spirituality in the first place. We kind of talked about that a little bit today on Mondays with Makita, and I said, when somebody come in for the first time, just the first class, how will you break down someone asking you, so what is God? Or what is a God? If that's, if you can't master answering that question, you know what I'm saying, what we teaching as a group of people, not just the copy faith, but just in general. So yeah, that was my thoughts, Israel.
That's what's up. That's a good thought. That is definitely a good thought. Something to think about and put into play.
All right, family. Well, I mean, we kind of sped through this tonight. I mean, I'm glad we were able to get it back and going for you guys, because we've been out and busy and doing some things, and we got some things coming up. Shout out, like I said, to Comedy Central and the Daily Show for taking our clip and putting it on TV. People it's gonna be like, who is this guy? Well, now you're gonna probably find out if you on the internet scrolling. Our
Oh yeah.
clips will be around somewhere. All right. That being said, is there anything else before we get out of here, Israel?
No, not right now. I'm sure it is, but we'll make sure we save some for the next episode. Mic check. I think he having some technical difficulties. Solomon, can you hear me? I think he frozen over there. All right. I think Solomon is frozen at the moment, but that is all that we have on the podcast for tonight, episode 89, I believe. In this episode, um, you want more of me? You can follow me, like and subscribe. You can find me on the Pharaohs Podcast. You can email me at johnatl621@gmail.com. Find me outside in the streets and in the crib after I pay rent. Let's see. I want to see what happened to Solomon. I'm not for sure. He is having some technical difficulties. Trying to figure out what's up. Bear with us one moment. Under these circumstances, yeah. Well, we're gonna wait for Solomon to get back. But I think his Wi-Fi went out, and on that note, I don't have the plugins, unfortunately, with me. But make sure y'all like and subscribe. Share the podcast. Share the Pharaohs Podcast for somebody go back, re-listen, replay, and like and subscribe. Follow Solomon. You can find him at the Pharaohs Podcast.com. You can find him on Facebook, Solomon Walker, CJ Walker, one of those. Bear with us one moment. Currently, it is storming down up in the A, so everybody does not have the best weather. But yeah, on that note, we are gonna go. So peace up. A-Town down.